Hello everyone, and welcome to Charles and Vuitton's Good News Stories. So here's our 5 good news stories, and here's story number 1. Want an electric bike, but don't want to buy a new bike? Here's the answer. Perfect for San Francisco or Los Angeles cyclists who are faced with thigh-punishing hills on their way to and from work. Clip was named as one of the 100 best innovations of 2020 by Time magazine. Clip's small profile, 7-pound device attaches to your front wheel and around the forks. Its small control is secured to your handlebars and has enough power to add 15 miles per hour of speed to your pedaling, enough to propel you up most hills with no problem. So there's a great new invention. Story number 2. A kind-hearted plumber has spent $77,000 during the pandemic helping thousands of vulnerable families fix their heating and plumbing for free. In 2017, James Anderson was called to a home for a second opinion and caught a heating company who had attempted to con an elderly disabled man out of $5,500. Disgusted and disheartened by this, he founded Defer, Disabled and Elderly Plumbing and Heating Emergency Response, and has since helped more than 10,000 families. Hats off to Mr. Anderson. Story number 3. A third-year English design student has quite simply attached a 4-layer air purifier to a bicycle wheel, allowing cyclists to clean the air pollution in any city where they pedal. Called Roli, the filter could purify more than 250,000 square meters of air if merely 10% of London cyclists fitted it to their front wheel. Armed with the basic understanding that pedaling the bicycle creates kinetic energy, all tapping was required to make the dream of a reality come true was finding a way to channel dirty air on one side and expel the clean air to the other. How simple is that? Story number 4. Around the world, individuals of all kinds of innovative ways to support each other during the coronavirus pandemic. But for some governments, especially in Arizona, the city of Phoenix has managed to save dozens of farms and restaurants while also getting free meals to those who need it most. Between July and December of 2020, the Feed Phoenix program provided more than 50,000 meals to local residents, an amazing feat in itself, but only the beginning. When the city received the CARES Act funding in April, it could have simply directed the money to food banks. Instead, it asked the nonprofit group Local First Arizona to make the most holistic approach to shore up the city's food system. So therefore, they were able to feed these 50,000 people. That's great news. And story number 5. In Cornwall, the UK's first ever geothermal power plant was put from pen to paper on a 10-year deal to sell its supply of electricity to 10,000 local homes. The plant creates power by mixing water down 2 wells, one of which is 3 miles deep, that pass through the Palethorian fault zone and the red-hot water and granite rocks beneath. The United Downs Deep Thermal Power Project was funded throughout the 2010s by a mixture of private and public support, and is now set to fully operational in 12 months' time. The Electric City, the world's first renewable energy company, has signed a deal to power 3 megawatt geothermal areas in England. So that's our great news stories for this week. If you have a story you'd like to share, please let us know, and we'll catch you next time on Charles and Vuitton's Good News Stories.